And Happy New Year! So, welcome to our first class in 2018. Like I just told them, excuse my voice, I was sick for the past 5 days. I didn't even drink coffee, so you know I was sick. Had a little coffee today, and so great. Well, today we'll be talking about our New Year's resolutions and then the grammar that goes with that, and kind of some other potential grammar and things like that. So the first thing I want to ask is, do you do New Year's resolutions? Is this normal? Is this new to you? What do you think? Bobin, do you want to answer? You're unmuted at the moment. Or Ken, that's fine too.
Maybe Ken is first.
Maybe Ken is first. All right, Ken.
Yeah, it's common.
Oh, Ken, what? Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, now I can, yes. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, it's common here, but
Okay.
I don't do anything special for that because usually
Okay.
I would break after that.
Yeah, it normally doesn't work, does
Yeah.
it?
But I do hope, I could get I could improve my English more than last week.
Yeah. Good. And so what are some common resolutions in Japan? Because I know the common ones in the United States, but I'm sure in Japan there's some different ones. So what are some common, like the top 1, 2, or 3 resolutions?
Maybe people talk about their private life, how to improve. Also, maybe peace or prosperity, such things.
Okay. Good.
I guess.
Okay. All right, no, that's fine. I mean, I don't know. I'm assuming they're different because in the United States, the resolutions are lose weight, go to the gym, stop drinking, stop smoking, things like that. And I have to say, probably in Japan isn't your number one like resolution to lose weight. So,
Oh yeah, diet,
that's
yes, smoking, yeah, such things, yes.
yeah, those kind of things are typical everywhere, and they normally don't last. So, so good. And Bobin, what about you? Do you know anything about resolutions?
Yes, I have a lot of resolution in this year. First, around the world told me, Bob, you are excellent musician, excellent bass player. And my next destination, I think, will be United States, America.
So is that your
Will be
resolution?
royal. Yes.
Okay.
But my English must be much better.
Well, I don't think it has to be much better. I think it's great now.
Okay, I understand. I understand a lot of conversation because I listening English, but I must also speak. Speak. This is first of my. In the future, my career depends of English. This is really true because my music is now high level, a really high level in the world.
Fantastic.
and I know you and Integra help me in the past and also in the future. I will be good student in January, in February. On the March, I'm planning to next cruise.
Okay, another one.
Yes, this is about my important resolution now. A lot of around the world I really saw many places. We're traveling via Panama Canal, Acapulco, Mexico, Barbados, Santa Lucia, Caribbean, after French Polynesia, New Zealand, Auckland, small island on the way to Australia. And finally, after 2 months, this is Sydney, city, big port, Darling Harbour.
Okay.
It's name of the Sydney big port. I have a lot of pictures, a lot of people, a lot of friends, a lot of concerts. I arrived at home before 5 days. Only 5 days I'm at home.
Well, good. Well, that's okay for now. I mean, if that's your main one, that's fantastic. You know, I think everyone needs kind of a guide in their life to kind of improve things. And for me personally, I don't think I've had a New Year's resolution for my entire life for a long time, just because I don't believe in giving anything up. You know, if you really want to do something, I think you can do it at any point of the year. And so I'm a little bit different in that aspect. And I think people, I mean, now everyone's going to go to the gym and have a gym membership, and they'll go for January. And then February, they stop. So last year, for example, I think it actually was Valentine's Day. I don't remember. I don't know why I started that day. But I started going to the gym on Valentine's Day, and I haven't stopped. So I think it's your personal motivation. If you really want to do something, you're going to do it. Same with losing weight or eating differently or going to a nutritionist and they're going to help you with your diet, things like that. I think you could do it any time of year. But people like to have a starting point or, you know, some kind of moment to just say, hey, I'm going to start now. And so a lot of people do that for New Year's resolution. Or that is their New Year's resolution. So what I want to do now is I'm going to share a little presentation with you that I have. First of all, like I said, Happy New Year to everybody.
Oh, yes.
You know, I think it's something special in that, well, it happens once a year, just like everything else, but it is special because now it's 2018. Crazy. I don't think it's set in quite yet. And all of a sudden this year, it became New Year's Eve. So I don't know what happened to 2017, but it seems to have disappeared. I had a great year for personal growth. I think you could say there was some family things that didn't go so great, but you know, in general, my life went, I told myself 2017 is going to be my year. Well, now it's 2018 and I haven't thought of anything. So I think my resolution is to work hard and to travel. So my first question, which we've kind of answered, is what are New Year's resolutions? Either of you could define that for me, that would be fantastic. Define a New Year's resolution.
Define. What is define?
Yeah. Define like a definition. What would you say? If someone said, what is a New Year's resolution? What would you tell them? Would you explain what it is? Ken, do you have any idea?
To define, how can I say, the plan the person want to do next or this year, New Year.
Okay, that's pretty good. During, yes, sorry. Okay. All right, but Bob, anything?
Resolution. It's really a special day for decide something new, something like this.
Yeah. I can go with that. That's good. Well, I like your definitions. This is mine. Kind of a promise to yourself to either do something or to stop doing something in the following year. So both of you
Yes.
did something similar to that, which is good. So perfect. So now I want to talk a little bit about grammar. And as I was doing this, I realized there really aren't too many ways of constructing this that are very difficult. And so I have kind of the typical ones, and then I have some other options. All right. How to say or construct your New Year's resolution. A typical New Year's resolution. Yes, there's multiple here. So I'm going to give up, quit, or stop smoking. And I have give up and stop smoking underlined. And I would like you both, if we could do this, can one of you tell me what part of grammar is give up? It's not a tense, but there's something about it that's special.
Phrasal verb.
A verb. Thank you. And what does it mean?
Abandon. Let it go.
Okay, good. Yes. Let it go. Stop doing it. Okay, good. And then what about stop smoking? What is this part of grammar? Stop smoking.
Verb.
Yeah, they're verbs. We have two verbs here. When we have two verbs together, what could that mean? Maybe I'll go down a little bit. We'll first look up and we'll see the give up. To not do anymore is a phrasal verb, so Ken was right there. Verb pattern.
Verb pattern,
that's
yes.
a verb pattern. We hate those.
Yes.
All right, so this is a verb pattern. So now my question to you is, and I'm sorry this comes up and I don't, with the little red line, I know Ken, ignore, see if that works. Okay, good. So this stop plus verb plus ing versus stop plus, so I did that twice. Nope. To plus verb. This is my question. What is the difference between these two? If I say I'm going to stop smoking or I'm going to stop to smoke. So let me write those. I'm going to stop smoking. I'm going to stop to smoke. So what are the differences? Because there are some verb patterns that you can change this. Let me do an underline thing here. This is the actual verb pattern part. Yeah. And with some of these, like for example, I like dancing, I like to dance, that's fine, and there's no difference. But here, stop is one of those verbs. It's one of the 5, if I'm remembering correctly, that if you use it with the verb plus ing or the to plus the infinitive of the verb after, it changes the meaning. So, I mean, to a non-native speaker, these probably sound the same.
Yeah.
So do either I'm right about that, aren't I, Ken? So what's the difference?
Present continuous.
Well, no. Are you talking about here at the beginning? I'm going, yeah. Actually, this is a be going to. I'm going to stop. It's a be going to. This is a gerund, a verb plus ing. That's this one. Whoops. And then in the second sentence, we're using the to plus the verb. So it's a structural difference, but there is a difference in the meaning as well. Any idea? If you don't, that's okay. I can go ahead and explain that.
For example, smoking, stop smoking means stop smoking habit. And stop to smoke is stop smoking temporarily. This time only. Are
Not
you sure?
exactly. Your
Okay.
first the habit one here, I absolutely liked that one. That was perfect. I'm going to stop smoking means you're going to quit. You're not going to smoke again, is basically the idea. Now, here with this one is, let's say you're walking with a friend, and you say, oh, I'm going to stop to smoke. That means you're physically going to stop walking and smoke a cigarette.
Ah,
So even
totally
though
different.
there's a huge difference here. And it's just a tiny difference between the ing and the to, basically. That's the only thing that's making this different. And so the other verbs that are similar to this, let me see if I can remember, is try, remember, probably one more, stop. Either way, these also, I'm trying, and now I'm plugging them in here and trying, no, but these are, there's at least one more and I can't remember off the top of my head. But you get the idea that with some of these phrasal verbs, some of these verbs, when they're in a verb pattern situation, they change. And so you have to be aware of that. Okay? So be careful using these. Any questions with this so far? Okay. Very, very good.
For example,
So,
I say,
yeah.
I regret stop smoking, and I regret stop to smoke. Same meaning, yeah. Just the verb difference. Regret, yeah.
All right, one second. I regret stopping smoking. I regret to stop smoking. Okay. Yeah.
Stop
Okay.
to smoke. Yeah, same meaning, but the person just regret about the deed.
Well, I regret stopping smoking. I regret stopping. I regret to stop smoking. I don't know if I would use these exactly. Let me change. I regret waking up early, for example. I regret to tell you some bad news, for example. Okay, so we have our, I regret waking up early. I wish I hadn't woken up early is what they're trying to say here. And then I regret to tell you some bad news. And so this first one, we're referring to the past. Okay. But the second one, I regret to tell you, is I'm going to tell you something now, which kind of refers to the future. And that's some of the differences that some people have said is when we're using any of these, for my verbs now, these verbs plus stop, for example, whenever we use the ing, more of this pattern, it's referring to the past. Okay. And this is just a trick. It doesn't always work, but normally you can make it work. And then the verb and then to verb, then this refers more about the future. Okay. So for example, I can say, I remember playing football as a child. Remember to lock the door when you leave. Okay, so if you can see the differences here, we have remember plus the verb plus ing. I remember playing. This is referring to the past because we were children in the past. We're never going to be children again. And then when we look at remember to lock, this is something about the future, when you leave. All right, so don't forget to lock the door when you leave in the future.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Thank you.
Good. Yeah, I know it is quite confusing and it's so difficult. And there's just, like I said, it's the same verb. It's just the structure after. And for example, with the verbs like, love, hate, dislike, begin, start, prefer, for example, you can use all of those verbs and then the verb in the ing form or the infinitive form with to, and it means the same thing.
Right.
So we have many different parts of verb patterns, and I should do a verb patterns class soon. Just to kind of talk about the basics and then some of the more advanced levels. So I'll have to work on that. So any other questions about verb patterns or anything else from this part that we've just seen?
No, thank you.
Okay, no.
All right. Perfect. Well, let's move down here. Going on to my next one here. I'm going to go to the gym 3 to 4 days per week. So what kind of grammar structure are we using with I'm going to go?
Future plan.
Okay, good. And what's the verb tense?
Future.
There's 7 future tenses. Which one?
Sorry. Go ahead.
Bob, did you want to comment?
Yes, I know. I don't not remember now.
That's okay.
Yes,
I can help out here. This is the be going to. Be going to. So yes, it is
be going to.
Yep, so we have the verb be here, and then going to, and then we always have a verb in the infinitive form. Okay?
Yes.
So moving down, be going to for future statements, future plans. All right. There's my next example. So we'll move that down. Okay. So any other questions with this? This is pretty simple. I'm going to. It's something that you have in your head. I want to do it. I'm going to. Yeah, so plan is a great word, and that's what Ken said. Any questions, examples that you want to go over?
Not now.
If I say I will go to the gym, maybe possibilities less than using going to.
Actually, for me, it's kind of the opposite. And I think this is where the native level comes in, because to me, if I say I will go to the gym, it means I'm like 100% determined.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And if I say I'm going to go to the gym, that means I have the idea of going. It's more of the plan.
Okay.
Maybe it's not so specific. I'll go to the gym tomorrow, for example. And there's a very slight difference between will and be going to, and I don't necessarily agree with those rules as a native. Will, they say, is sometimes more for an what is it, like a random instant moment, kind of I'll go to the gym tomorrow, kind of like an instant decision. And I'm going to go is like, oh yeah, I had an idea that I was going to go to the gym yesterday, before I'm saying the statement now.
Okay. Right.
So it's a little bit different, but for me, I say I will, you're absolutely determined to do something. And then going to is more.
Yeah, because the traditional grammar follows the native speakers to analyze, but language is alive, so and the native speakers' feelings is changing.
Yeah.
All the time.
Exactly.
Okay, but I got your feeling about it. Yes.
Thanks. Good. Well, and then other people will say, well, what's the difference of I'm going to the gym? The present continuous. I'm going to the gym. So the be going to, we have our will, our future simple, and then our I'm going is our present continuous. Now, present continuous, this could be I'm going to the gym now, or you could say tomorrow. Now, just by depending on your time clause here, this will refer to if it's an action now, the present continuous in the moment, or present continuous future. Okay, so you do have to be careful with those as well. But basically, I mean, these are the three basic future tenses that are important to know. Honestly, if you use if you use the be going to, even though it's the longest, I think it's going to be okay in most situations. Instead of deciding, well, is it, now? Is it for the future? Is it a will? Is it this? I think in general, the be going to is the most common, at least in my opinion. Now, it could be quite different for somebody else, but if you're ever in doubt, be going to, in my mind. All right. Perfect. Let's move on to the next one now. I want to lose weight. Oh no, can you see that? Don't look. Okay. So I want to lose weight. What are we looking at? What kind of grammar structure are we looking at?
Want auxiliary. Sorry, I
Yeah,
forgot.
auxiliary. That's a difficult word to pronounce. I couldn't pronounce it at the beginning when I became a teacher.
Auxiliary plus infinitive.
All right. So why are you saying auxiliary?
Because want support the verb rules.
Okay, I suppose. Sure. All right, well, let's take a look here. I actually would classify this as another verb pattern. Surprise.
Oh.
Want to lose weight. Whenever we have the verb want and we have another verb after, we have to use it in plus verb form. We have to. You cannot say, I want losing weight. No way. Absolutely not. Okay? So this is another type of verb pattern, and that's why I wanted to put this here. You can say, for example, let me do this below. I enjoy reading, so I'm going to, I don't know, go to the library, for example. Now, in this part, we have enjoy reading. This is a different verb pattern. This is when we have the verb enjoy, we have to use the verb in ing form after. Always. We cannot say, I enjoy to read. So this is just, I just wanted to put in here another way in which you can see verb patterns. So we've seen 3 types of verb patterns now. And 4, the one I was talking about, that you can use the ing or the to form after, and it doesn't change. So basically, we've seen almost all of the types of verb patterns, but we haven't seen all of them. All right. So it's very complicated. So any questions with this at all? Pretty simple. I want to lose weight. That's... No?
No.
Perfect. So now we're going to look at other grammar here. And this is, it's not so certain, basically. It's other grammar. And you can say this for your New Year's resolutions. However, it's not really promising. So if I say, for example, if I have time, I will volunteer my time to those in need. Okay, well, if I have time, if you don't have time, you're not going to. So it's kind of like, well, maybe. So I wanted to add these just, to do a little bit more with grammar, but they're not great New Year's resolutions statements. All right, so this is the first conditional. So can either one of you explain to me what kind of grammar we're using in the first conditional? Lots of parts of speech here. Maybe I'll go like this so we can focus on one at a time. So what do we have in this sentence? What tenses, parts of speech? What do we see here?
Present tense.
The present tense. Da, da, da. So our present tense is here and future is here. Our future plus the verb. So That's good. Any questions about this structure? I will volunteer my time to those in need. What is those referring to in this case?
People in need.
Exactly. This is just one of those sayings which I wanted to add. As I said, I'm going to start adding more common things in English, not just, for those who are learning, because as we've discussed, native English versus learning English is quite different. So good. If we take a look at this second one, if I save $100 per month, I will go on vacation in December. So you have 1 year to save money, or 11 months in this case. If you save $100 per month, so again, we have our present tense here and our will. Now we can also use different modal verbs here. Will is a modal verb. And modal verbs. What do modal verbs do? Good question.
As I said, to support, to decide the tense of another verb.
Okay, I might not say tense, but I might say percentage. So if I say, if I have time, I can go, I will go, I might go, I should go, for example. So by using these different modal verbs, I can go would be about 50%, in my opinion. Okay, I can go. It's possible to go, but I'm not sure if I will. And that's basically the same as might. I might go. If I have time and I want to, I might go. So this is also 50%. You really don't know until you make that decision. So you really only have yes or no until that point. If we say I will go, you're absolutely 100% going, in my opinion. And if I have time, maybe I should. Should to me is about 75%. I should go, but I don't really want to. So it's kind of an obligation. Maybe it's a study class or some, excuse me, or something like that, in which, excuse me, you should go because it's important to study for the exam, but at the same time, you don't really want to. So what modal verbs do is gives you kind of the percentage of the possibility of whatever the main verb is. So does that make sense, or am I speaking a different language here?
Quite surprising. If I say can in Japanese, it's most possible. Maybe, yeah.
Really?
It's different. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Well, there are more. I mean, that might not exactly work. For example, have to. I have to go means you must, which must and have to are basically the same. There are lots of obligation there. Ought to is the same as should. What are my other ones? May is the same as might and can, more or less. It has its exceptions. And so we have about, I think there's 10 or 11. There's also need to, which is basically must. You need to, you have to do something. So all of these have different percentages is what I'd like to explain them as. There's nothing concrete in saying, oh, should and ought to mean 75%. No, it's just my personal opinion of that's the percentage I would give those modal verbs. Any questions? Comments? No? Lots of information.
I still learning.
That's perfect. Well, that's what we're here to do. So, it's just depending on your modal verb, you're changing the percentage, you're changing the possibility of you doing something. All right. And so I just wanted to comment here that if I save $100 per month, I might go on vacation in December, or I might spend that money on a new car, for example. So it just changes that possibility. Okay, so modal verbs. Very confusing.
Yes.
That's okay. Why don't we move on? We'll do a different verb tense here. The second conditional. And this is basically the same as the first. The first conditional is a real situation. This is more of a hypothetical situation. So if I had more time, I would donate my time to helping others. If I had, what verb tense is this?
Past.
Past.
The past, exactly, the past simple. So this is, does this have anything to do with the past?
No.
The past tense? No? What does it, what's the second conditional then?
For maybe hypothetical.
But more to it, why are we using the past tense?
Because it's hypothetical. Japanese has a similar structure. So I cannot explain, but yeah, if the people talking about hypothetical situation, they choose past tense like this. I had.
Exactly. Yep. That's about as good as we can get to to explain that. This has nothing to do with the past tense. This is, again, it has something to do with the future. The thing is that it's not a concrete situation. True. So in this case, we're going to be using, excuse me, the past tense. And that is to represent the hypothetical part of this. Okay, so if I had more time, I would donate my time. And so with would here, we're not using will because, as I said earlier, with will, it's more of like 100% thing, you know? And in this case, we're using the past tense. So here we have to use the past of will, which is would. Just the same as can in the past is could, okay? If I had more time, I could donate my time to helping others, or I could volunteer somewhere, something, you know, a little bit different, but you know, then you have possibilities. So here you can also change the modal verb. And there are some that you have to use in the first conditional and some that you have to use in the second conditional, like the will, would, can, and could. Okay?
Okay.
Sorry, can I have one question?
Of course.
And my time to helping others. Can I say my time to help others?
No.
Oh, why?
Donate.
Why?
To donate. I'm going to say this is just a structural situation. I think it's just what we have to say it like this. And let me try and think. Our modal verb and our main verb. Then we have kind of this subject of this clause. This clause is the second part. I would donate money to helping others, for example. And so this subject can change, but we say donate something to, and then the ing here.
Okay.
I would donate money to saving lives. Interesting.
Donate require gerund, so gerund is you.
Yes, and I think we have this is just representing a preposition here because you have to donate something to something, and this to represents movement. Because if you donate your time, you're going somewhere, and that's your time that you're dedicating. Also, if you donate money, you're physically giving, so there's a movement there. Do you understand? For example, I'm in the the room. I'm walking into the room. So I'm in the room is that you're already stationary. You're in there sitting, for example. And this one I'm walking into, there's movement. And that's the difference between in and into in these cases. The to represents movement. And so what I'm thinking is that this, I would donate my time to. I would donate I think money is a little bit easier in this case. Money to helping others, because that money moves from your hand into the hands of others to help them.
Oh, I see that. Yeah, okay. It expresses movement. That's why. Okay.
Yes,
Oh, wow. Okay.
exactly. This is just what I've come up with in this exact moment because I had never thought about this structure before. So as far as I'm concerned, that's what that represents. And yes, after donate, we use the gerund form. So another verb pattern here.
Okay.
Lots of grammar in that sentence. So again, we have 10 minutes left, so let's move down a little bit with hope. So I hope to win the lottery. Hope to win is also a verb pattern. After hope, we have to use the infinitive with to. What is this? What is this referring to? Can I say I wish to win the lottery? Oops.
No.
Why?
Hope is better combination.
Okay, it sounds better. That's good, but why? Any specific reason? If not, that's okay. That's why I'm here.
I think I wish is more like conditional. Like I wish you were here.
Okay, sure. I agree with that. Something that you can't change. I wish I were taller. I can't grow. I can't physically grow any taller than I am. So that is part of it. It's a hypothetical situation. Impossible sometimes. I hope we use for the future. I hope to win the lottery this year, for example. I wish we cannot use. There's a little cross out thing. That's bad. We don't like that. Because wish is about the past more. I wish I had remembered to set my alarm 10 minutes earlier, for example. I don't know. I wish I had made dinner in the afternoon, prepared dinner in the afternoon. I don't know, something. This wish we use for the past or hypothetical situations. Or I wish you a Merry Christmas, for example. We can wish use, something in the present, but that's very specific. So wish we cannot use in the future. Hope, yes. And that's a basic difference between those two. Questions?
No.
Perfect.
No.
Okay. Well, and if I'm correct here, let's hopefully find this after I've deleted or entered a lot of times. This is, oops. All right, little by little here. So I just have here some tips on how to keep your New Year's resolution. So Bob, can you read number 1, please?
Yes. Make one resolution.
Very simple. That's the only thing you should do. Don't make multiple because it's going to be too difficult.
Yes. Second, don't wait until New Year's Eve to set your goal. Start to decide at least a month early. Prepare yourself.
Good. And this actually should be like this. Start or decide at least a month early. And this is to kind of get you thinking, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to the gym. Let's sign up now, for example. Or say, oh, next week I'm going to sign up at the gym or something like that. So you can really start preparing yourself. That way, when you go ahead and you start your resolution, you're not like, oh no, oh gosh, oh, hey. You're not panicking. We also say to stop cold turkey, for example. Cold turkey, this is an expression that we have in English, and this basically just means to stop something suddenly. So people quit smoking cold turkey. It sounds very silly. To stop smoking cold turkey, that basically means they're going to quit smoking without any help. They're just going to stop and not look back, basically. So if you hear that, that's what that means. All right. Bob, can you read number 3?
Bob, yes. Don't choose resolution you tried in the past.
Yeah, this is depends. If you think you can do it, then that's great. But if you think you're going to have the same problems as the last time you tried, maybe not. What about number 4, Bob?
Number 4, don't make your resolution everyone else's.
So don't copy. There you go. Don't copy your friends. Do it for yourself. All right? You don't, just because everyone else is going to lose weight and you're going to quit drinking, that's okay. What about number 5, Bob?
Number 5, break your goal into a step-by-step process. Little goals are easier to achieve than big goals.
Exactly. A lot easier to go step by step, little tiny goals instead of the whole big thing all together. Ken, I'll have you read the rest of these. So, Ken, how about number 6?
Okay. Tell your friends and family what your resolution is. They can help you.
And my grammar mistake, your resolution is they can help you. Good. Yes. And so if you say, I'm going to stop eating chocolate, and you're going to eat chocolate, they say, hey, didn't you say you're going to stop eating chocolate? So for good or bad, it's good to tell everybody. What about number 7?
Remind yourself why you choose the resolution.
Why you chose the resolution.
I chose.
That's okay. So, just put up things. Why did you choose this resolution? I mean, what's the reason behind it? So put up pictures or something like that, messages, something like that. I think it's important to remind yourself. You're not just like, oh, I can't eat chocolate again today. Oh. All right. What about number 8?
Reward yourself for achieving each small step.
Yep, back to this step-by-step process. Every time you do something, I think I'm going to go get myself a vanilla ice cream, for example. Something like that to say congratulations. It's those little things in life. And so if you reward yourself with little things, then it's going to have more meaning. What about 9, Ken?
Writing it down. Write the resolution somewhere, inspiring messages to yourself, etc.
Maybe on Facebook you post something inspirational every day to help yourself and others continue with their resolutions. Put things up on your fridge, put things on your phone, on your computer, anywhere and everywhere that you look, in your car, just a little kind of, you can do it, or, don't forget. Or if you're maybe the whole chocolate has X amount of calories for the bad chocolate. I know there is good chocolate for you, the the dark chocolate, but try and encourage yourself, or put facts somewhere that you're going to think, yes, this is why I'm doing it. This is why I've decided on this resolution. And last but not least, number 10.
Understand you are going to have small setbacks, but don't make these up.
Good. So don't make this a reason to give up. Don't just say, oh, I failed today. I ate chocolate. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. Don't give up. All right. We all have our own mistakes. We're all humans. It's okay. All right, good. Well, that is basically it for today. So I just want to say thanks for coming and Happy New Year. And so what did you think of the class? Lots of grammar today.
Yes. Thank you, Becky.
You're very welcome. On Wednesday, back to our continuing our normal schedule. On Wednesday, I think I'm doing something about, that's what it is. It's about teamwork and building team structure. Team building.
Team building.
So, yeah, team building at work, trying to work better with your coworkers and things like that. Just having a good bond, a good kind of vibe at work, and everything is going well. So there's activities in which you can do that. So we'll take a look at some different ideas in which you can do with that. So any final questions before we finish for today?
No, for me, no.
Overload. Okay. Perfect. Well, thanks, guys, for coming. Bob, it was really great to see you again. And as you said, I hope to see you very soon. And Ken, it's great to see you as always.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have a great